Hello guys, welcome back to my Java online class. In today's class, I am going to explain class hierarchy, inheritance, dynamic inheritance and multiple inheritance. Come on, let me start. Class hierarchy. An object-oriented system organizes classes into subclass, superclass hierarchy. Our object-oriented system, it organizes our classes into subclass and superclass. For example, race cars and normal cars. This is the super class, and race cars, it is a subclass. Consider it. Here our object oriented system, it organizes classes. Both are race cars, it may be, or normal cars. These are classes here. An object oriented system, it organizes these classes into subclass and superclass. Different properties and behaviors are used as the basis for making distinction between classes and subclass. See guys, different properties and behaviors are used as the basis for making distinction between classes and subclass. Here this is the race car, it is the subclass, and car is the superclass. To make differentiate, to distinguish between classes and subclass, different properties and behaviors are used. At the top of the class hierarchy are the most general classes, and at the bottom are the most specific. Top means the superclass, and the bottom it is specific, that is subclass. It means guys, the superclass, it is the more general class, and the subclass, it is the most specific one. A subclass inherits all of the properties and methods defined in its superclass. You can observe, subclass, it inherits all the properties and methods defined in its superclass. Race car, it is a subclass. This is the car, it is superclass. This subclass, it inherits all the properties and methods of this superclass. I'll explain this example once again. Race cars only have one occupant, that is the driver. Subclasses modify the attributes of its superclass car. See guys, in race cars only one person he can drive the race car, but the normal car, it can have number of passenger with the driver. So here the race car, it modify the attribute of its superclass car, that is the subclass, it is modifying the attributes of its superclass, because the normal car, it has the functionalities, those functionalities this race car can also have. So here it is inheriting this superclass to subclass. The more specific class is subclass, because it is modifying it to the superclass. In superclass we can have number of passenger, but in the subclass we can have only one occupant, that is the driver. So it modified, it inherited all the properties of superclass, but again it modified the required property, that is it can have one occupant, one driver. It removed the remaining feature. A class may simultaneously be the subclass to some class and superclass to other class. See guys, any one a class, it can be a subclass to some class, and it can be a superclass to other class. For example, this Ford car, it acts superclass for Mustang, Taurus, Thunderbird. Again, it acts subclass for car. Ford is a class that defines Ford car object. Here we have these all are classes itself. Ford again, it defines the Ford car objects, the features of Ford cars. However, more specific classes of Ford car are Mustang, Taurus, Thunderbird. These classes define Ford in a much more specialized manner than the Ford car class itself. It means these three classes are subclass for this Ford class, and these three can have the features of Ford class. By having the features of Ford class, they can have the more specialized manner than the Ford car class itself. It means they can have their own features too. The Ford class defines the behavior of Ford cars. It means how Ford cars can be and their features. It defines the behavior of Ford cars. And in addition to cars in general, that is nothing but Ford's car can have their own features. In addition, they are having the feature of car class. And then Mustang class defines the behavior of Mustang. These cars can define the behavior of their own, but in addition to Ford cars in general. It means in addition to Ford cars in general, in the sense these can have the feature of Ford. Simultaneously, they can have their added feature, extra features. An object-oriented system eliminates duplicated effort by allowing classes to share and reuse behavior. Object-oriented system, it eliminates duplication of a code because it allows to share the code or reuse the behavior, the functionality. For example, see guys, here we are inheriting all the features of the Ford class. Here we are inheriting the code, all the code of the Ford class, and in addition only the extra feature what we needed, that is we are including here. The extra feature which we need, we are including here, but remaining all the features we are inheriting from the super class, that is the Ford class. Already we have code for this Ford class, so what is the use if you again write the code for this Thunderbird? Because it is inheriting the feature of Ford class, means already we have all the feature, and it can have its own specialized manner extra feature. So guys, this inheritance, it eliminates the duplication of code in our object oriented system. Inheritance is a property of object oriented systems that allows objects to be built from other objects. As I already explained guys, here objects can be built from other objects. Here Thunderbird, we are building this object with the help of this Ford, again this Ford with the help of car, and car with the help of vehicle. So guys, we are inheriting the features from one to other. If we need an extra feature, we are adding just, and remaining features we are inheriting from remaining classes, the super class. Inheritance is a relationship between classes where one class is the parent class of another class. The parent class is also known as base class or super class. So guys, inheritance, it is a relationship between parent class and child class. Parent class also known as base class or super class, and this child class, it can also known as child or subclass. The real advantage of using this technique is that we can build on what we already have, and more important, reuse what we already have. Inheritance allows classes to share reuse behavior of attributes, where the behavior of a class instance is defined in that class's methods. A class also inherits the behavior and attributes of all its superclass, as I already explained in the Ford class and its subclasses. It can inherit all the behaviors attributes of a superclass. For example, a, the car class defines the general behavior of cars. The Ford class inherits the general behavior from the car class and adds behavior specific to Fords. It is not necessary to redefine the behavior of the car class. This is inherited. As I already explained, guys, Ford, it is inheriting the car class, so it can have all the properties of the car. In addition, this Ford class, it can have its own behavior also. Another level down, Mustang class inherits the behavior of car from the car class and the even more specific behavior of Fords from the Ford class. Mustang class adds behavior unique to Mustangs. See guys, Mustang, it inherits the behavior from car class and again more specific behavior from Ford class. In addition, if it require unique behavior, then it can add its own. Assume that all Fords use the same braking system. All the Ford cars use the same braking system. In that case, the stop method would be defined in class Ford. So the stop method for the car, it is defined in the class Ford, not in the Mustang. Since it is a behavior shared by objects of class Ford, because Mustang, it is inherited by the Ford. The stop method we have in the Ford. When you step on the brake pedal of Mustang, you send a stop method to the Mustang object. If in case when you step on the brake pedal of this Mustang, you are sending a stop method to the Mustang object, Mustang car. However, the stop method is not defined in the Mustang class because it is defined in the Ford class. So the hierarchy is searched until a stop method is found. See guys, you are trying to stop the car with the method stop in the Mustang, but it is not there. It is there in the Ford. Then it goes on searching the stop method in the Ford because it is defined in the Ford car class. So the hierarchy is searched until a stop method is found. The stop method is found in the Ford class, a superclass of the Mustang class, and it is invoked. Once it found the stop method here, then it executes the car, it stops. This is the class for the day, guys. Have a nice day.